This poor fellow is in a real mess, isn't he? He's trying to put on a cruise night and not having much success. Well, let's face it, we've all had days like this. The question is, where did he go wrong? I really can't tell you that. But what I can tell you is how he should have done it. How to go right, I guess you could say. I'm going to share with you some easy-to-follow steps toward creating a successful and profitable cruise night. Allow me to introduce myself. My name's Alan, and I'm here on behalf of Holland America Line West Tours to lead you on the journey toward a profitable cruise night. You might wonder why you should bother coming along. Well, first of all, a cruise night is really a group selling opportunity. If organized right, you'll fill a room full of highly qualified people, all interested in traveling. So, the most obvious benefit is the opportunity to pick up bookings. And you'll get a chance to promote your agency and expand your client base. Let me show you. Here's where we are, thinking about what we want to do. And here's where we are going, taking all the necessary steps to get here. Wait a minute. I forgot to make a very important point. The booking deposit, our ultimate goal, our destination, you might say. We better get going. What you'll need to do first is call your Holland America Line West Tours representative and select the cruise or cruise tour you're interested in selling, which ship, sailing from where and when, the number of cabins, any add-ons, all that. The Westerdam to Alaska is my personal favorite, but really, it's up to you. And then set a sales goal for the number of booking deposits you want to collect the night of your event. Decide on how many to invite based on the number of cabins you have and how successful you expect to be. For example, if you have 10 cabins with 2 per cabin and you expect 25% to sign up to meet your sales objective, you'll need 80 guests. Think of the commission. The next step is to plan your cruise night. You'll need to give yourself plenty of time, so schedule it at least 3 months ahead. You may want to use the helpful checklist Holland America has sent along with this video. First, choose the particulars like the day of the week, the date, the time, and the place. Usually Tuesdays to Thursdays are the best nights, so you don't compete with the weekend activities. The idea is to pick a time that's convenient for the people you want to invite. If you're asking a group of retirees, perhaps afternoons would be best. As far as the location goes, use your own office if it's big enough. If not, try a public hall, a library, a country club, or a well-known community spot. But make sure it's accessible and has plenty of parking. The next thing to consider is a theme. Select a theme that ties in with the destination you're promoting. Use your imagination. I love a Caribbean theme myself. Pick out some festive music to set the mood. Have fun and dress the part. You may want to consider doing a cross-promotion. That's when you and another business put on the event together, like a fashion show at a local mall. Not only do you share the costs, but you also share customer contacts and become drawing cards for each other. Now the work really begins. Who to invite? Affinity groups are good, You know, people who already share a common interest. It's a good time to get your staff involved. They can help you brainstorm on which organizations you might like to target and what groups they are already affiliated with. Fundraising and church groups are very good. Or you may even look in the yellow pages under clubs and organizations. Remember, people who share a common interest often enjoy traveling together. Of course, you'll want to use your established client list. It's a good way to keep in contact. Kind of like calling on old friends for a party. The point is, plan ahead, map out a strategy, because then you can budget. You don't have to spend a lot to have an effective cruise night. A budget keeps your dreams from running away with your pocketbook. Don't aim too high. The idea is to set cost limits as you plan for printing, postage, refreshments, door prizes, and the facility. And then stay within the budget. Community buildings are often available free of charge. All you have to do is schedule ahead of time. Or perhaps you can find a room through one of your affinity groups, a country club, or a church group. I'll bet they let you use their facilities for a nominal fee. The next step is to prepare your sales promotion materials. Holland America has everything you need to get your clients' attention, from colorful posters and postcards to promotional letterhead and pre-printed shells. And be sure to call your friends at Holland America to get a hold of this valuable desktop publishing kit. Holland America will assist you in preparing professional, camera-ready flyers customized to your agency and promotion. Flyers are a great way to let people know the particulars of the cruise you're selling, and you can use them at your cruise night instead of brochures. Not only is this service free, it's easy and saves you time. Now's a good time to think about the invitations. Here's a sample. Paradise Travel invites you to preview our own special sailing of the MS Noordam to the sunny Caribbean. Please join us. And of course, there's the date, time, and place. Free door prizes. There's 3 magic words. And be sure to include a phone number so they can RSVP. One more thing. Hand address them if you can. Nothing like that personal touch. Thank you. Why, thank you so much. I don't need a ride. Oh, by the way, Paradise Travel is having a cruise night. Perhaps you like a flyer. Now you're ready to let the world know what's happening. Prepare a press release and send it to the lifestyle and travel editor of every newspaper in town, including weekly, suburban, and senior publications. Don't forget to include the 5 W's: who, what, where, when, and why. And also, call the publication in advance to find out who the release should be directed to. Then send the press release and flyer to the leaders of whatever groups you plan to target. Don't forget to contact them personally and have them mention your event in any upcoming newsletters. Oh, by the way, if you're already doing radio or print advertising, tag your ad with your cruise night information. If not, take advantage of Holland America's free promotion kit. It's full of information, and it's a perfect way to get mileage for your marketing efforts. Say, that reminds me. Remember to call Holland America and order a promotional film to show during your cruise night. Films work best for large audiences. And videos. Videos make great door prizes. You can also use them as an incentive for getting your clients to make the booking deposits. Chances are They'll share their video with friends, which could lead to additional bookings. Get your orders in at least 1 month before the event. As far as lining up the film projector goes, be sure to find the best price by calling around. Or maybe the facility has one you could borrow. Now comes the fun part, decorating. Some people like the nautical look, but purchase decorations that tie in with the theme you selected. And don't forget to include signs and banners that feature your agency name, to let your guests know who you are. Well, we're almost there. Maybe now's a good time to review those steps. Set your sales objective. What cruise or cruise tour do you want to sell? How many booking deposits to collect? How many people to invite? Plan your cruise night. Budget. Remember to spend wisely. Prepare your flyers and any other sales promotion materials. Order the invitations. Get the word out. Let people know. Order your film and some videos. All it takes is one call to Holland America. And buy decorations. That's everything. Oh, a few more things. When your clients RSVP, suggest they bring a few friends along. Make follow-up calls to the ones you haven't heard from. Be sure to call and remind your group leaders. Cruise night has arrived, but the work's not done yet. Give yourself plenty of time to get the room ready. You'll need at least 4 tables, one for check-in when the guests arrive, an information table, a booking deposit table, and another for refreshments. Set up the seats theater style so everyone can see and hear you. And be sure to place a copy of your promotional flyer on each chair. You should check out your audiovisual equipment ahead of time. Be sure it's working and that you have an extra lamp for the projector, just in case. And remember to assign one of your staff to handle the lights. Oh, and don't forget to test the sound system and microphones. The most important part of a cruise night is right after the film, when you share the exciting details of the cruise you're going to sell. You should prepare your talk ahead of time and then practice. As a matter of fact, it's a good idea to go through the entire agenda with your staff before the guests arrive, so that everyone knows what's happening. Hey, look! Here comes the first guest. Right on time.
Welcome to our cruise night. Thank you.
Personally greet each guest and have them fill out the entry forms for the prizes you'll be giving away at the end of the evening. These entry forms will provide the information you'll need to follow up and to add the guests onto the client list. Be sure they fill them out completely with the name, address, zip code, and telephone number.
Good evening. I'm Lynn Morelli, and on behalf of Paradise Travel, I'd like to welcome you to our...
Now the presentation begins. Welcome your guests, introduce your staff, and remind them why they're there, to hear all about the exciting trip you've planned. Whet their appetite, build up some excitement, and let them know you'll be explaining all the details later in the evening.
And now, here's a taste of your next vacation, a cruise to the sunny Caribbean.
Well, the time has come to explain those exciting details like the sailing date, the itinerary, the ports of call, and the all-inclusive cost. Refer your guests to the flyers you've left on their seats. And be sure to mention the benefits of sailing with Holland America, like the superb service, spacious cabins, elegant decor, and their popular cashless and tipping not required policies. And remind them about any early booking discounts if they apply. Or let them know they'll receive a free video if they sign up that night. The idea is to offer them some kind of an incentive to act now, to communicate a sense of urgency.
And the winner of tonight's door prize is Claudette Nelson. Come on up, Claudette.
What you've created is a gathering of highly qualified buyers, and it's important to ask for the business. Your guests are already excited about the possibility of a cruise, or they wouldn't be here. So don't let them get away. After you award the door prizes, invite them to stay for refreshments, and let them know your staff is available to take their deposits and answer any questions they may have. The idea is to meet their informational needs. If they're ready to buy, go ahead and tell them where they can turn in their booking deposits. But if they're not quite ready, direct them to the information table. This gives you the opportunity to hear their concerns and answer their questions. To sell the trip, you just got to give them the right answers. For instance, if one of your guests is afraid of getting seasick, you can explain that Holland America ships are over 700 feet long and fully stabilized. And there's always medication available that's been proven to be both safe and effective.
You were concerned about his
If one of your guests is a diabetic and concerned about the food, explain that Holland America can meet all the dietary needs of its passengers.
special menu.
Assure them that you'll personally take care of their special menu request when you book their passage. Always acknowledge their concerns. Meet skepticism with facts. Meet indifference with questions. Let them do the talking and listen. It's as simple as that. All the steps we've taken so far have led us to this point, getting the booking deposit. The deposit doesn't have to be a lot of money. $5 is sufficient. What's important is the commitment, not the amount. And avoid asking yes or no questions. For example, don't ask them if they want to leave a booking deposit. Ask them how they like to pay for it, cash or check. This is where your cruise night becomes successful. Let's think of getting that booking deposit as though you're trying to help your guests onto a bus. Like this one. You see, once they hand over that booking deposit, that's what they're doing, climbing on for the trip. You've told them where to take them. You've told them what a great value it is. When you think about it, helping them onto the bus is the friendly thing to do. Now, don't forget to follow up. Send thank you notes to those who signed up, postcards to the ones who are thinking about it, and flyers to the people who didn't attend. And look at this great mailing list. These are what you'd call great prospects, better than gold, a real futures market. Remember, the time and energy you spend organizing a cruise night does pay off, and pays off big. There they go, sailing into the sky. I wish I was on that plane. Think how good your clients will feel when they wake up in the morning on the vacation of their dreams. And it's all thanks to you and your staff. Well, it's time to get going. I'll have to help some people having trouble with their cruise night. You know, I'm due for a vacation. I'm gonna have